Let me just ask you this, in light of the current expectation that almost every eligible professional and hospital will need to upgrade in order to comply with stage 2 requirements, is the vendor community adequately resourced to meet this unprecedented demand for assistance? And our smaller community hospitals and professionals, many of whom are located in rural communities, are they getting adequate attention from the vendor community?
Yeah, I think the industry overall is challenged to address the demands of stage 1, 2, and 3. And so the vendors are challenged with staff, as are a lot of the providers. And one of the key elements initially of the grant program under high-tech was the workforce development to sort of create all the standards. I think particularly in the case for stage 2, one of the challenges was you say October 1st, 14 is the last, you got to have it done by then. And then the time required to actually solidify the requirements, get the testing tools, took longer and longer, and all of a sudden there's a very compressed window in which a lot has to happen. The software has to be developed, the software has to be certified, the implementations have to occur, and whatever workflow changes are necessary occurring. So in a way there is resources, but at some point you can't resource if the window gets too narrow. And it's a challenge for the vendors, but it's also a challenge for those who are providing care, is that plus they have ICD-10 to resource and a variety of other things here. And I think it's one of the fundamental reasons why my concern anyway about the delay by a year is a critical thing to do, is partly because of the late start, being ready for stage 2 to go off and do this. I think increasingly organizations, the vendors are addressing the smaller community hospitals. There's still a ways to go. I think we're being helped as a vendor community by the advent of cloud technology, which means that you can deliver software services to organizations and not require a computer room on their part or IT staff on their part. And the vendors are increasingly getting better at implementation methods that are shorter, less intense, and hence do not require this amazing consumption of the resources that are often scarce in the community hospitals. So we, for example, at Siemens have customers who are 17 beds, 25 beds, 43 beds, and we're not alone in terms of the vendor community getting better there. There's still a ways to go where we can deliver it efficiently, but also deliver it over distances that recognize the dispersal of caregivers across the country.